Hey guys, we're here today for another episode of the Butt Dyno Report. This week, we've got some 034 Dynamic Plus wheel spacers. This is actually the flush mount kit, so it is 15 millimeters at the rear, 10 millimeters at the front of wheel spacers on either side, so that these beautiful Watkins Glen wheels are a lot more flush with the fenders. Now, the reason this is a Butt Dyno Report video is pretty much one reason. When you think of an athletic stance, I played goalie, so I had a lot of athletic stances, a lot of different ones. Lacrosse was a little bit more up on your toes. Soccer was down lower. But if you think about an athletic stance, you've got widening and lowering. So you're widening your stance and you're lowering it. Now, this is widening the stance. This is one of those two components of an athletic stance. And physics-wise, that kind of applies the same to a car. So because we're widening the stance, we're doing something performance-wise. We are creating a better base for this car to stay stable on through the turns. Now, the big thing for cars especially is actually gonna be the lowering. So you've got widening and lowering, and I just did leg day. Why did I do that? That's okay. But since we're doing one part of it, this is a Butt Dyno Report video to tell you how it feels to drive. Now, I will also say adding wheel spacers to a car requires proper size wheel bolts or proper length stud conversion. Now I'm actually doing a stud conversion along with this, so there won't be a wheel spacer install video. There will just be a stud conversion and wheel spacer install video kind of combined, because no one really wants to watch you just kind of put this on. So let's get in the car. It's really hot out, but we're gonna take this out for a spin and see where it's at right now. Something I have to say about this car, it already handles like a dream. It is so sharp, it is so crisp. It turns in ludicrously quickly. I absolutely love it. It's stunning. I was pulling up to a pretty sharp turn at about 100 miles an hour and slammed on the brakes, turned in hard at about 60 miles an hour into this turn they suggest you take at about 30, one of those like warning signs. And this thing just absolutely ate it up. It just, no understeer, it just cut right in. It was beautiful. I was honestly, it was kind of an abandoned road. Took it way faster than I thought I should have, and I was a little nervous. But this thing just consumed it, ate it for dinner. Now, I know the GTI is not meant for top speed. It really is meant to be a quick little handling hot hatch. It's got just a little bit smaller of a body, less weight, better handling, and we're just looking to improve that by any means necessary. And one of those things is wheel spacers. And like I said before, you are widening that stance. And in my headcanon, widening that stance almost lowers the center of gravity, for lack of a better term, prevents a lot of top-heavy leaning. So it doesn't really lower the center of gravity. What am I talking about? But it prevents that leaning because the track is wider. Now, because it's wider, you're not, like a narrow building is gonna lean a lot, where a wider building isn't gonna lean at all in the wind. So it's similar principles. When you're sitting on something a little bit wider, it's not gonna lean. So here's a turn, then we're just taking it in pretty sharp. And seriously, this thing handles great. I mean, any benefit from the wheel spacers is going to just be bonus. Plus, they are the 034 Motorsport's flush mount set, so they're the Dynamic Plus. They're gonna put the rears 15 millimeters wider and the fronts 10 millimeters wider to make them flush with the fenders. Now, we're actually gonna show you a little bit of why I specifically went with 034 for these, for a couple of reasons. So one of the big reasons I went with 034 was because of the weight reduction. They actually mill out pockets in the back of the spacer, so it reduces weight. And I knew adding wheel spacers would just be adding weight, period. It wouldn't be any form of weight reduction, just because you're adding a bit of space, and it's just a hunk of metal. That's pretty much all it is. But 034 has gone through the lengths of milling out the back of each one of their spacers. This is the 15 millimeter spacer, and it is deeply drilled out. So it is reducing the weight that it is adding by quite a bit. I don't know how much they claim on their site, but I would imagine it's close to about a 40% weight reduction by milling this out, because that's a huge chunk of metal that they've done. I'm just holding them up. It's a hunk of metal, but they feel incredibly light. I was expecting a little bit more heft even with this weight reduction, but these are fan flip-tastic. Plus they've got the hub-centric lip so that you can put your OEM wheels back on and mount them flush to the fenders. All right, so now we are on the Parking Lot Mechanics secret handling course. Got some nice twisties to just kind of display the agility of the GTI. And we're gonna stick it in third gear. It is a fantastic little road, this. You don't have to go too fast to really get the full effects of how well the GTI handles. I mean, there is some body roll, but it still turns in impeccably sharp. Absolutely beautiful. It just got grip so much. Even on a little bit of a looser surface with sand, a little bit of a slide going there. Still got the GoPro. I mean, this is fantastic grip that it just keeps on holding on. I'm not pushing to the limit, but you don't really need to have some fun because this will just hold on wherever. I also don't really want to go plowing into a tree. This is my daily driver, so we're going to keep it safe. Now we're going to go to a bit of a higher speed corner. This is 60 miles an hour around this thing, and it is just holding on. Absolutely fabulous. The wheel spacers are going to give us a little bit of bonus on the stability in corner because it's just going to keep it planted that much more. Like I showed before, part of the athletic stance is widening it, and we're just widening it. We're not lowering it yet. We'll get there eventually, but in widening it, you are adding some benefit because it is creating a better stance for this car so it doesn't roll as much. It's not as top heavy because the stance is wider. The base that you have built is now going to actually sustain it that much better. The stud conversion and wheel spacer install was very straightforward. If you would like to watch a full install video, please head over to my YouTube channel. So one of my first interesting observations with the wheel spacers installed is the turn-in doesn't appear to be as sharp. It's not as quick and nippy to respond. I know with circles and changing the diameter, radii, whatever you want to call it, can change the driving characteristics of a car. In math class, circles were actually one of the worst things I did at. Anything involving circles, I was horrible at them. So there's no common sense in my brain that's telling me why it feels less sharp on turn-in. So if someone could explain why I might be feeling that, that would be much appreciated because circles confuse the ever-loving get-up out of me. But I will say the body roll seems to be slightly reduced. I know we have made the car a little bit wider at the bottom. That foundation's a little bit sturdier, so the body isn't as high up rolling around. It's a little bit more planted. I mean, it's just a little bit. It's not really going to be anything major, but there are some good handling benefits to this flush mount kit so far that I have really enjoyed. Now we're back on the Parking Lot Mechanics super secret handling course to see how this does in some turns with that reduced body roll that I already told you a little bit about. So that reduced body roll, even to a little bit of a degree, has actually made a good difference in how it handles around these sharper turns, and I absolutely love it. It just feels like it's not jello-y, it's not wobbly, it's a little more planted, it's a little bit more secure in its footing going around these turns without you having to worry about, oh, am I getting enough traction on the inside wheels, because it's staying a little bit more planted down. Now the rear sway bar that I'm about to do is actually going to be a lot better for that than these are, but there's still some reduced body roll, and that is awesome because these little cars, you want to go really fast around turns. You don't really need to go very fast in a straight line because it's a hot hatch, it's not a supercar. Now supercars can go even faster around sharp turns, but this is just going to be so much nippier and zippier. Now, like I was saying, turn-in doesn't appear to be as sharp, and I feel like I've lost a little bit of feedback on turn-in and corner, but that may just be because the spacer is absorbing some of that feedback which I feel like it might not be that much because it's actually just a solid piece of metal. There is a little bit of hollowing out to reduce weight from 034. All right, so we're gonna go around this. I feel like on the lower speed corners, you kind of lose a little bit of that feedback and it doesn't feel as sharp as it did before, but on the higher speed turns, you actually feel like it's turning in a little bit better. You've got more control mid-corner. So it's really interesting to think about. As I love high-speed corners, I love going as fast as I can around corners. Of course, within reason, within safety, but these spacers have just planted the car just that much more now. Springs, coilovers, all these things will actually make a bigger difference overall, but I can't afford those yet. We're gonna get there eventually. I really like these wheel spacers. They also make the car look just that much more aggressive. It is a very, very subtle pushing out of the wheels that was honestly a little more subtle than I thought it was gonna be. You can notice it if you are looking at it, but I think it's worth it. I may go a little bit more aggressive on the stance down the road, but I like what we've done with it, with these spacers, how they've increased that handling aspect, especially mid-corner. So definitely worth a buy. So I wonder if I'm actually overthinking the turn-in, maybe trying to find something that isn't there, but it does feel like a little bit of loss of information. But with the increased stability mid-corner, that is something I'm willing to take if that is something that is genuinely happening. I don't know if it is, because this car is already one of the quickest turning in cars, one of the zippiest cars I've ever driven. So I may just be trying to feel for something that isn't there, which I'm hoping it is. But anyways, even a little bit of loss of turn-in isn't that bad because this car is still so sharp. It is still so crisp. And then adding any benefit to handling is gonna make this car just so much better. It already is a beautiful car to drive and I absolutely love it. Now, when I got a GTI, I knew I wasn't gonna get a rocket on the highway, 200 mile an hour, whatever. I knew I was gonna be getting something that was much better for turning. That's because I love mountain roads. Now, in Warner Robins, there aren't too many of those mountain roads per se. There's some places with some decent turns, but nothing really to write home about. So I'm anticipating down the road getting this on some better roads up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I love Virginia. I want to go back to Lynchburg at some point to just visit and drive. But that is what I bought this car for, is those mountain roads that are just twisting and switchbacking and all these things. So I knew that I wanted a good handling car, and this GTI was going to deliver that. And then with these wheel spacers, I'm really, really excited to see what we can do on some of these mountain roads. And then I've got a rear sway bar upgrade coming up, which is going to increase front turn-in because it's going to keep stability on the front wheels. When we upgrade the rear sway bar, we actually are going to talk a little bit more about why you want to upgrade the rear in a front-wheel drive car and not the front, because you want to grip more in the front, so why not do the front? But we'll explain a little bit more of that when we do that Butt Dyno Report video on that upgraded sway bar. The stock diameter is 21 millimeters, and this is a 23 millimeter solid rear sway bar from ECS. So it's not gonna be the biggest, stiffest sway bar out there, because there's some that are 26 millimeters, 25, different solid types that are gonna be a lot stiffer. But I just wanted to go for one that was going to improve, period. And then we're gonna go stiffer. We're gonna fine tune that handling once I get into some coilovers and all these other things. But right now, the handling that we've added with these wheel spacers has been fantastic. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and tell you that wheel spacers are the greatest handling upgrade of all time. No, I'm just telling you that there are genuinely benefits in the handling department to adding wheel spacers. And I have the 034 Motorsport's Dynamic Plus wheel spacers, but they do claim that there are increased handling benefits with these wheel spacers, and I think we have just found where they are. These are great. They make the car look just that much more aggressive. So it stands out from just the stock everyday daily driver hot hatch. I love it. So if you're in the market for wheel spacers, I highly recommend the 034 Dynamic Plus ones, because they're not as heavy as some of the other wheel spacers out there, because they're not solid. They do genuinely add a handling benefit. Oh, and get a stud conversion while you're at it, because that is also fantastic. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Please subscribe, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye.